So this is basically the first paracord I ever made, which is the stock Zowie cable, ferrite core still on there, and then a mess of heat shrink and whatever to try to make it look pretty. And then the same cable, same wires, just with the shielding and then copper grounding removed. So like as you can see, like it's super not flexible. It bounces right back into shape. And it holds kinks like super bad. So I'll crimp this and holds it pretty dramatically. You can also see like that it stands straight up. It's popping right back up. And basically not really any better than a stock cable. It's slightly better because the shielding is somewhat stiff, but the wires themselves are what's actually the most stiff. I'm just gonna shove this back in and then shove this little screwdriver in for weight. I believe that this is 64 grams, so the typical weight of your Air 58. I'm just gonna try to show how easy it is to move just by holding, just by pushing. Not very flexible. This is a Resleeved Zowie cable. Not flexible at all. And this is pretty far where I'm pushing it from. Not very flexible. Here. I have a stock Zowie cable that I just removed from an S2. Same thing. It's almost the exact same performance. I'll actually just remove this from here. Not any better than, barely worse than the Resleeved Zowie cable. Some shielding's removed, but really not much difference. So now we're going to compare that to real paracords with this, again, insane jig that I made. First up is a CISA paracord. You can tell by the super nice rubberized USB stress relief. So I'm just going to plug this cable into this thing here. And then from the same distance, which is approximately the entire screen of my phone. Not even a chance of it moving at that distance. I'm gonna go about halfway and a little bit of movement, but more rotational. Can't really push it straight or anything. Trying to push it again straight back. Really good, really solid, really just thin wires. Stock cable on a G Pro. I'm gonna do the same test. The stock cable is not horrible, but it's definitely not even close to a paracord. Again, holding it from as far as I can. Super easy to move the whole thing. Just like the Resleeved stock cable, just like the regular stock cable, nothing like an actual paracord. And then the exact same mouse without mouse feet with a paracord that I made. I'm gonna do the same thing. Plug it in. Try to move it from as far as the screen will show. A little bit of rotational movement, but definitely no straightforward, straight and back. So can't push this at all with this cord. Like once you get really close, you sort of can, but with a true paracord, it's a lot more flexible. Here is KPOE, fully stock cable, put that in there. Not great, but better than a Zowie cable. Again, just to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about with the flexibility of the wires. take this red wire, for example, from this Zowie cable, you can see how much it's holding shape and how stiff it is. Like I'm holding it up above this and it's holding that shape. Pops right back into whatever, however it was bent. And then these are the cables that are used in the paracords that I sell, and also CISA's paracords. And these things are super flexible and super thin. They do not hold shape at all. They do not hold bends. And they're way thinner than stock cables. All right, hopefully that proves that a Resleeved stock cable is not as good as a regular paracord or a true paracord, let's say. The Magamai paracords are almost as good, but not quite, but they're very good for the price. And then the expensive German wires are definitely the way to go. Thanks for watching, bye.